That ongoing discussion, social media versus blog, and how you're going to mix them together into your website, how you can direct traffic. If you have social media and you link it to your site, and you get a higher ranking on the search engine optimization because you're deep linking posts. You also get traffic from where, as on social media, you obviously get more traffic because people stay on that platform as their entertainment and like hardly ever would go directly to your blog to follow. But this way you can drive people to your website. So if you have a blog, it's kind of establishing you as an expert to talk about these subjects. So on that blog, you in that niche of people that are really interested in these topics, you can kind of combine all of these Stack Overflow, GitHubs, Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn stuff, but you can all combine it into your post on your blog. Every year there are more trends of what people are doing with like podcasts, video casts. You can do that now. This word about the tribes that people follow. It's kind of impossible to think 5 years ago that somebody on Twitch would have more followers than a TV anchor or a personality. That's huge. But these are new channels, and I think you have to keep an eye out for that. You probably know better than I do, but just mentioning that, of course, like TikTok was the latest bubble, but I think Twitch is actually becoming a bigger channel than YouTube lately. There's a new trend of saying there's a digital detox where you want to get back into actually seeing people, and I guarantee you that's going to happen in the next year as well, because we're going to be so happy that we can go out and actually physically meet people again. Then there's a lot of stuff on social media that, of course, you read. Don't be surprised to find a lot of crap on there, and as I always stretched before, there aren't many good laws to protect us from this what people call fake news, left or right. I think we both call it fake news. So this discussion, of course, that we're always having is social media better than a website or a blog that you host. I think you need both. In the end, it comes down to your return on investment that people talk about. If you're not, in the long run, you're not going to spend money into something and time that is not going to give you any return in the investment. And your investment could also be that you just want to be a nice guy and be remembered for that, or that's the way you show your work. So it doesn't have to be monetary only. What's good about all these new media channels out there is that you can start very small and you can just play around, establish something, try something out, new formats, and then you can build on. But you have to start somewhere to make media and to produce something. Having a website, though, I think is still important because, first of all, you have better control about it. But there are many reasons people don't have a website these days anymore. It's maybe they have spent so much time on their social media already that they don't feel like it's necessary to have their own website. Then they don't have the technical skills listed here, and their type of business doesn't really require to have a website. But I think as artists, we do need to have some kind of portfolio out there that's digital. So I think it requires it. And then they don't have the money to find a server or hire somebody to build a real website. But we can build it ourselves these days, no problem there. And I can show you a list of servers that are not going to be too expensive. And we'll talk about it, how to set it up as well, because there are so many pitfalls. People will talk you into all sorts of extras that you don't really need, and it happened to my clients. So I'll give you some of those warnings of what you need when you set up a website. Maybe we can just even do it together with somebody. Because if you think about it from the social media, you can have followers on Instagram or, there was other platforms, Friendster, MySpace. People had huge followings, but they all lost it within a blink of an eye when those platforms went down. And it can happen quite easily, who knows, like within a couple of years. Still, quite often, people want to see that you link your social media into these platforms where they showcase you as like recruiters or other people. So what content could you write in your blog? So I would suggest giving tips or teaching, or write about your favorite subjects, or something that you just recently talked about and saw, or something that you feel was missing from the other blogs that you're regularly reading or look at. You can write a list of your favorite coffee shops or record stores, bookstores, restaurants. You can write about your heroes, your idols. It's actually a pretty good opportunity to bring them up and see if you can have a quick interview with them over Zoom. But also, if you really, really can't reach them, you could just have a hypothetical interview with them. So instead of trying to reach everybody out there in a very wide market, it might be better for you to target that otaku, that nerd in yourself, to find out what you really, really know more than any other about these. So the high traffic is a good pro for social media. You reach a lot more people. You can hashtag, you can link to other people, get them into looking that. You can have marketplaces where you can actually sell something like the Etsy or Facebook. You can communicate with a lot more people than on your blog, of course. It goes viral. It could really blow up because people can share your posts. It has a sort of urgency because it happens in this moment that people see it on their feeds. So it's like right there at this moment. It won't be there in 2 weeks. So people do respond at this actual moment and don't wait a couple of days and then forget about it. You can direct the traffic from your blog from that social media onto your website, which is good, and you can narrow down a very small target audience on social media that's interested in the same topics. A website gives you the validation that you're solid, that you really exist. It's for your own vanity. Yeah, you can control the brand, of course, completely. You do control the brand and layout and the tone of it, of course. You can still have a marketplace like WooCommerce. So then you have your own specific audience that follows you. You can establish that just as well. And yeah, most importantly, you have total control over it.